Hello students, welcome to the next class of economics. We are doing the chapter 2 in class 9. The chapter name is people as resource. We can also call as human resource. So here the term means कि we'll discuss about how the population or the people can be converted into the resources and how we can use them as a resource and how they can generate some income for us. So as we have many times we think that if there is more population in a country, so it's a burden for the country as more population will ask for more housing, clothing and food. But it is a very narrow approach. If we consider or convert humans into a resource, then they will start giving us the output and it will be better for us to work on them. So how we can work on them and convert the normal human into the human capital or human resource? So simply there are some resources, some tools by which we can convert them in the human resource. These resources are like we can say, if we are providing them the proper education, proper health, nutrition and on the job training and good health. So the normal people can convert into a human resource and they also start giving us more outputs and they will do the works with in a better manner. So when peoples are educated, suppose a person is educated and one is illiterate, one is literate properly and another is illiterate, or one is trained and another is untrained. So who will do the things in a better manner? Definitely the person who is educated or who is having some skill will do the things in a better manner. In the previous class, we have discussed about the two people, Sakal and the Vilas, and we have compared that if the if we are providing Sakal proper education, nutrition, and health, so he became a successful man in his life due to the proper education, health, and nutrition. And on the other side, on the other hand, Vilas was also there who couldn't afford education and he remained ill for a long period of time span in his life, and finally he was suffering and his income was also very low. And we have discussed about this story and we have discussed about if we are start investing on a child, so what will be the outcome? That child can convert, yeah, will become a human resource if we will provide him education and health. So in future we'll get the returns. For a very I can say practical example. Suppose you are coming from village and your parents couldn't provide you the education and good health. So what you will do in near future? You are not literate. Then maybe you will do something in the village area, like you will work on farm or you will do some activity like nearby your village. But if you are properly educated, you can become engineer, doctor, scientist, chartered accountant. Like various jobs are there, trainer, tourism guide, tourist guide. Like various jobs options are there. After getting the education, you can become banker. So that is the difference. If we are providing people the proper education and health, so they convert into the human resource or human capital. And in this chapter we are discussing about, we are referring people as a resource, not as a burden or known as a normal people. We are referring them as a resource. So we'll discuss this in detail. And we have taken lastly in the previous class that Japan is a country where they are investing or they used to invest in the humans. And we are aware of Japan is a developed country in the world. So today now I'll start my discussion with the next topic, and the topic is on your screen now: economic activities by men and women. So, like Vilas and Sakal, people have been engaged in various activities. We saw that Vilas sold fish and Sakal got a job in the firm. The various activities have been classified into three main sectors. We are, I think, aware of this. In the first chapter, we have discussed this. These sectors are the primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Primary sector, what we include? In primary sector, we includes agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry, fishing, poultry, farming, mining and quarrying. Suppose the question is coming, write down the some activities people performing in the primary sector. So the answer will be agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry, fishing, poultry farming, mining and quarrying. Okay, if we'll talk about the second sector, that is your secondary sector or manufacturing sector, or we can also call it the industrial sector. So manufacturing is included in the secondary sector, and trade, transport, communication, banking and education, along with health, tourism services, along with the insurance, etc., are included in the tertiary sector, or we can say the service sector. So now we know about what comes in the primary sector, secondary sector. So students, we were discussing about the primary, secondary and tertiary sector, and we have discussed the various activities performed by the people in these sectors. So these all the activities in this sector result in the production of goods and services, and these activities add value to the national income also. So finally we can say these activities are called economic activities. So whatever activities we have discussed above, these are known as economic activities, and these all have done or people usually do to earn some living or some money. Okay, so economic activities can be divided, like more description is there. Economic activities have two parts: market activities and non-market activities. Now the description of market activities is कि market activities involve remuneration to anyone who performs. For example, activities performed for pay or profit. If we are doing any activity, any above discussed activity for earning money or for profit, so it is known as market activity. Okay, these include production of goods or services, including government services. Like why people working in the government sector? To earn some money, to earn some income. Okay, so non-market activities are the production or self-consumption. प्रोडक्शन फॉर सेल्फ कंजम्पशन, जब हम अपने सेल्फ के लिए कोई वर्क करते हैं, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द नॉन मार्केट एक्टिविटी. लाइक आई एम टीचिंग माई ओन ब्रदर, or a teacher is teaching his own ward, his or own ward. So this is a non-market activity. These can be here it is, you can see in this picture. Based on the picture, can you classify these activities into three sector? So it's a very easy picture. We are observing over here three activities are there, and these all are from the different sectors. The first activity is the farming or agriculture. It belongs to the primary sector. The second one belongs to the industrial sector or secondary sector, or we can also call it manufacturing sector. And the third one is showing the transportation service. So the transportation service provided by the tertiary sector or service sector. So these are the three activities performed by the people in their lives to earn their income or money. Okay, so we were reading the point. These can be consumption and processing of primary product and own account production of fixed assets. Okay, let's read a story is given, term is given, activity, some activity is given. I am reading it for you. Visit a village or colony located near to your residential area and note down the various activities undertaken by the people of that village or colony. If this is not possible, ask your neighbor what is their profession. So you have to do this. Very interesting. Nowadays it is pandemic, so you can avoid it by distancing, by on call you can collect this information also. So in which of three sectors will you categorize their work and say whether these activities are economic or non-economic activities? That is very interesting part. So Vilas sells fish in the village market. You will tell me Vilas sells fish in the village market, and Vilas cooks food for his family. And the next one is Sakal works in the private firm. Sakal looks after his younger brother and sister. Very easily, now I'm giving the answer.
The Vilas is selling fish in the market for what? For earning money. So that is your market activity, marketing activity or market activity. Vikas cooks food for his own family, so that is non-market activity. Similarly, Sakal works in private firm for earning money. So this is economic activity and comes under the market activity. And Sakal looks after his younger brother and sister. He is working but working for personal work, not getting any wage or payment for this. So this is non-economic activity. So due to historical and cultural reasons, there is a division of labor between men and women in the family. Women generally look after domestic chores and men work in the fields. Sakal's mother Sheila cooks food, cleans utensils, washeth clothes, cleans the house, and looks after her children. Usually, this is a very common work of the women's in the house. And Sakal's father Buta cultivates the field, sells the produce in the market, and earns money for the family. The next para is saying about a lady. Her name is Sheila. Sheila is not paid for the services delivered for upbringing of the family. Okay, like she is doing the care of the kids in the family, but she's not getting any payment for that. Like your mother is serving you, she's doing lots of thing for you, but no one is paying money to her. So Buta earns money, which he spends on rearing his family. Women are not paid for their services delivered in the family. जो हमारी मदर या सिस्टर हमारे लिए या फैमिली के लिए वर्क करती हैं उसके लिए उन्हें कोई पेमेंट नहीं मिलती है. ओके, द हाउस होल्ड वर्क डन बाय वुमेन इज़ नॉट रिकग्नाइज इन द नेशनल इनकम. वाई? बिकॉज इट इज़ नॉट एन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी. और इसको हम किस में इंक्लूड नहीं करते? नेशनल इनकम में, क्योंकि इसमें उनको कोई इनकम अर्न नहीं हो रही है. ओके, so Geeta, mother of Vilas, earned an income by selling fish. This is economic activity simply. Thus, women are paid for their work when they enter the labor market. Their earning, like that of their male counterpart, is determined on the basis of education and skill. अब अगर कोई लेडी है, सपोज विलास की मदर गीता मार्केट में फ़िश सेल कर रही थी, तो शी वॉज गेटिंग और अर्निंग सम मनी. तो दिस इज इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी. और ये डिपेंड करता है एक विमेन के लिए कि उसकी कितनी एजुकेशन है और उसके अंदर कितनी स्किल है. इसके अकॉर्डिंगली उसको मार्केट में उसको पे मिलती है उसकी स्किल के लिए. ओके, नाउ द नेक्स्ट टर्म इज इकोनॉमिक एजुकेशन हेल्प्स इंडिविजुअल to make better use of the economic opportunities available before him. Ab if you are educated, so you can do better work and you have variety of options. You will get the options and there you're working. Education and skill are the major determinants of the earning of any individual in the market. A majority of women have meager education and low skill formation. अब women's में क्या होता है? Usually they are less educated and they don't have any they usually having the skill but is low skill. So women are paid low compared to men. Most women work where job security is not there, and various activities relating to legal protection is meager. Like they are not getting much legal protection if someone is paying them a little amount for their work, but they cannot go for it. Like they were not aware of, or there are very little legal protections for them. So employment in this sector is characterized by irregular and low income. Which sector? Where women are usually working. So in this sector there is an absence of basic facilities like maternity leave, child care and other social security systems. तो इन सेक्टर्स में जहाँ पे women जा रही हैं वहाँ पे maternity leave like मातृत्व के लिए जो छुट्टी होती हैं when ladies are pregnant, तो they need some leaves. So in organized sector or the government sector they are easily getting leaves for this term. Child care, for child care also the parents who are in the government job और द किड्स कैन आस्क कि जब उनके फैमिली में कोई न्यू मेंबर आ रहा है तो उनके पेरेंट्स को गवर्नमेंट में अगर वर्क कर रहे हैं ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में तो चाइल्ड केयर के लिए कुछ मंथ्स की लीव मिल जाती है. एंड अदर सोशल सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम्स लाइक दे आर गेटिंग सम सिक्योरिटीज, दे आर गेटिंग द पेंशन, दे आर गेटिंग सम इंसेंटिव्स एंड एटसेट्रा. सो हाउ वेर women with high education and skill formation are paid at par with the men. अब यहाँ पे बोल रहा है अगर women के पास भी प्रॉपर एजुकेशन, हाई एजुकेशन और स्किल है तो उन्हें मेन के इक्वल में, पार माने बराबर, उनके बराबर में सैलरी मिलता है, अमाउंट मिलता है. अमंग द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर टीचिंग एंड मेडिसिन अट्रैक्ट देम द मोस्ट. अब नाउ द पॉइंट इज इफ़ विल टॉक अबाउट द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर, मतलब जहाँ पे प्रॉपर रूल्स हैं, गाइडलाइंस हैं, विमेंस की वर्किंग को लेकर के प्रॉपर वर्किंग आवर्स हैं, प्रॉपर प्रोटेक्शन है, प्रॉपर राइट्स हैं उनके, प्रॉपर लीव्स मिलती हैं। तो ऐसे सेक्टर्स में कहाँ विमेन की फर्स्ट चॉइस होती है? टीचिंग एंड मेडिकल लाइन में। सम विमेन हैव इंटर्ड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एंड अदर सर्विसेज इंक्लूडिंग जॉब दैट नीड हाई लेवल्स ऑफ scientific and technological competence. So ask your sister or your classmate what she would like to take up as a career. So I think this is very interesting part we are going through. Now I'm closing this session of class, and I have given you some work to collect the information about your neighborhood. Don't go outside. Just collect from phone call or from distant meeting people from distance, and collect that information. And in the next session, we'll discuss about the quality of population term. Okay. See you, students.